right, customer complaint. He's just got this camper, got it here, got it all set up. Has shore power hooked up to the coach, but the 12-volt lights are just getting dimmer and dimmer and dimmer until they go out. He did go out and buy 2 new batteries and installed those. All the 12-volt came back, but now it's at the point where there's no more 12-volt again. What we're going to do is verify that we've got adequate AC voltage getting to the coach, and if we've got all the proper AC voltage in the breaker panel, and we can verify that we got 120 volts getting to the converter, then we need to see what the converter is doing. Is the converter not putting out any DC voltage, or is it half voltage, or what? It sounds like it's a pretty cut and dry case of a bad converter, but we're going to get ready to find out. As always, I always start at the post. Let's go to the post, let's find out what's going on there, and then we'll just follow the train into the camper. All right. Here's a post. Here's our breaker panel. We're going to kill the breaker so we don't have any arcing with the plug. We're going to plug that guy in, turn our breaker back on, and the correct light is lit. So we know this post has been properly wired. All right, so now we'll go inside, go find the breaker panel. And lucky for us, the breaker panel's right here. Right in the stairwell. And let's take out the screws. Right here, our 250s, those are our 2 legs of 50 amp coming in. It does look like the microwave's on. And set it to AC voltage. Turn the light on so I can see it better. $123 volts. 123 volts. All right, so we've got power on both legs. According to this, power converter is the last breaker. So let's see if we've got voltage going out on that. 123 volts. All right. Now over here is our DC side of the panel, and this is where battery and converter merge right here at the top of this fuse panel. So let's see if we got anything going on over here. Yeah, 3.5 volts. So our breaker is telling us that we've got voltage getting to the power converter, assuming that it's labeled right on the panel there. So we need to find the power converter and check what's going on with that guy. Sometimes it's behind the breaker panel, you take it out of the wall and you'll find it back there. But a lot of times in a fifth wheel, you go through the basement, it's behind a false wall.
Okay.
So we'll go check there. Alrighty, so what we've got here is a deck mount converter, and if I would have took that breaker panel out of the wall inside, we would have seen it, but a lot of times it ain't behind it. And you can see how up on the wall that it is, and I was like, I doubt it's behind there. Well, yeah. It is, but it's
will be easier to
a step below. Yeah. All right, so let's, all these power converters have fuses on them or for them. So let's check the fuses and make sure that they haven't blown. All right, so first fuse. Oh, looks like we may have a blown fuse. And looks like we may have 2 blown fuses. So what these fuses are reverse polarity fuses. So if a battery is ever accidentally hooked up backwards, these fuses will blow on the converter to protect it from reverse polarity. So let's go, let's check our batteries, make sure they're wired up right. And then if they are wired up right, then we'll go ahead and put 2 new fuses in this and he may be in business. All right, so Jason's already found our batteries. We got 2 of them, 2 deep cycle batteries.
This one that goes to the ground.
Okay. And let's see. Positive, red, red, negative, negative. So that negative cable over there is coming over here to the negative post over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to make sure that cable your hands on it there is going to the ground.
Yep.
And that's not that connection.
So let's see. That right there. All right, so there's our wire screwed into metal frame, and that wire goes right here. Okay, so it's looking like it's been wired properly. Let's see, red to our little power center over here, battery cutoff, and our bus. Okay, so that red cable is definitely coming to the battery, and this black cable with the red tape on it, if we follow it along, is going to right here. So it looks like we've got the batteries are wired up properly. That is good news. So let's go put a couple fuses in the converter and see what we've got. Those 2 guys are good. All right. Let's go snap into a Slim Jim and see if we got DC power. Snap that guy in. This drainage pipe in a way sure don't make things easy. Hey Jason, will you go to that breaker panel and click off that breaker that's all the way to the right?
Yeah.
We're going to kill our AC voltage to it. Thank you. Yeah, that definitely cut back on all the sparking and arcing there. What's that?
Did it pop it as soon as you put it in?
No, no, but it was doing a lot of sparking, which tells me there's a load on the system.
Right.
Just this toilet drainage pipe is like right in the way. I'm struggling. All right, well, let's pull 2 of the screws up so we can scoot it over and get a better angle at it. Ain't no sense in fighting. There's 1 screw. Alright, there's 2 screws. And we should be able. Alright. Now I can see better. Get them fuses in there.
Yeah, I see.
All right, I got 1 in. All right, so we got 2 40s in there. Let's kick that breaker on and then yeah. All right, so here's the tail of the tape. All right, we've got a green light. And there was no smoke and fire. Furnace just came on. Folks, I think we've got a success. Furnace just lit up. Oh, I'm liking this. Liking this a lot. Well, they're reverse polarity fuses, so maybe at some point somebody wired it backwards and blew them. I mean, it's wired right now. I mean, your batteries are wired correct, so if they weren't, they blew the fuses again. All right, let's check our DC volts. We can check them right here at the converter. And we have got 13. Here, let me let the crowd see. Here we go. That power converter is working. And it'll have those new batteries charged back up in no time. All right, guys, well, we put 2 new fuses in the converter. Converter's on, converter's charging. We'll call this a job well done. We're gonna go ahead and button up getting the converter back behind that drainage pipe where it was, and then we'll put the false wall back up here in the basement, and then we'll go put the cover back on the breaker panel inside, and then we'll get out of this guy's hair, and we'll move on to our next one. Don't forget to hit like, click the bell, subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. Thanks.